ILCA, we built something new.
A new world's calling, and we're answering back. They said real estate was a rich man's prize, locked behind doors, far from our eyes. But the chain came through like a clear sunrise, and ILCA showed us how to rise.
Token by token, now the future's fair. Fractional freedom, we all get a share. ESA bringing in a brand new era, turning dreams to deeds everywhere.
Oh, the old world's shaking, a new one awakening. Brick by block, yeah, we reclaim the land,
with ownership right in our hands.
This is the land of the freehold, future written in brave and bold. Tokenized dreams breaking the mold. ILCA, that story told. Raise that flag, let the truth unfold. ESA turning real to gold. Everybody rise, take your role. This is the land of the freehold. Cross-border transfers in a heartbeat spark. Blockchain true, light up the dark. No paperwork, no gate to guard, just your wallet and a dream on guard.
Big funds moving with the global tide. BlackRock jumping in for the ride. RWA waving like a rising tide, and ILCA standing right by your side.
Oh, the chains we're breaking, a new world we're making. Fraction by fraction, the future expands. Yeah, ownership back in our hands. This is the land of freehold, future written in brave and bold. Tokenized dreams breaking the mold. ILCA, that story told. Raise that flag, let the truth unfold. ESA turning real to gold. Everybody rise, take your role. This is the land of the freehold. Of the freehold. Of the freehold. Of the freehold.
No more barriers, no more lock gates. The future's open, tokenized real estate.
Own your peace,
Own your peace,
build your life,
build your life,
claim your right,
claim your right,
claim your right. We ain't renters in our story,
we the owners of our glory.
this is the land of the freehold, future written in brave and bold. Tokenized dreams breaking the mold. ILCA, that story told. Raise that flag, let the truth unfold. ESA turning real to gold. Everybody rise, take your role. This is the land of the freehold. Oh, of the freehold. Oh, of the freehold. Of the freehold. Brick by block, chain by chain, the future is ours, and we remain.
Yeah, we came from the bottom, had to flip that view. Turn confusion to a blueprint, the whole world knew. ILCA taught the block how to break right through it. They got the keys to a system brand new. What? Tokenized land, that's a global flex. Fraction by fraction, watch what's next. Dark piano loop with a separate text. On your piece now, no need to stress. Yeah, cross-border funds in a second or less. Blockchain truth, take away that guess. Real estate change, let me say it is blessed. When the chain get involved, opportunities endless. Yeah.
We rise from the ground to the light, we thrive. Turn around, turn right, step by step, yeah, we claim our sight. This is the future, shining bright.
Yeah. On the way, ride the rhythm of a brand new day. Token by token, pave your way. ILCA, show you how to play. On the way, ride the rhythm of a brand new day. Token by token, pave your way. ILCA, show you how to play.
On the way, on the way, on the way.
ILCA, show you how to play.
On the way, on the way, on the way.
ILCA, show you how to play.
We ain't locked out, no doors remain. Blockchain clear, every move on chain. Rational freedom, no legal strain. On a piece without the weight of pain.
Wait, rising like the island tide. Global capital on a rocket ride. From BlackRock waves to the crypto side. Each day, keep it steady as a trusted guide. Won't no waiting for the right permission. No more standing in the shadows of old tradition. We building digital global bold. On a ship tokenized, wealth free total.
This is more than money, this is destiny control.
On the way, ride the rhythm of a brand new day. Token by token, pave your way. ILCA, show you how to play. On the way, ride the rhythm of a brand new day. Token by token, can pave your way. ILCA, show you how to play. ILCA, show you how to play. ILCA, show you how to play.
On the way, 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 on the dream, chain by chain. Rise stream, we rise slowly.
Baby, they told us real estate was only for the few. Big pockets, big power, doors we never knew. But now the world is changing. The chain done set us free. And ILCA brought the keys right back to you and me.
Token for a fraction, but the value's real and true. E-estate make the pathway clear, accessible for you. From paperwork to blockchain, no stress, no game to play. Just a wallet and a vision, and you're on your way.
Own your peace, your future in your hand. Brick by block, stake your place across the land. Token by token, watch your wealth expand. ILCA, teach the world to understand.
On your peace is freedom clean and new.
Estate here,
Bringing real estate to you.
trust. ILCA, bring the knowledge, the guidance made for us.
Own your peace, your future in your hand. Brick by block, stake your place across the land. Token by token, watch your wealth expand.
ILCA, teach the world to understand.
Own your peace,
No pressure, no delay.
estate open doors in a brand new way.
Cross-border movement, instant, safe and clear.
The chain protecting everything you hide in.
No more gatekeepers,
No more maybe later.
the future's in your wallet,
The power's in your favor.
a fraction at a time.
A pathway you control.
This is real estate redefined.
This is a wealth with soul. Own your peace, your future in your hand.
Brick by block,
Let your legacy expand.
token by
Token, let your dreams grow grand.
ILCA, show the world how to stand.
Own your peace,
Elevate, believe, live with intention.
build what you estate, and ILCA, the perfect symphony.
Welcome to the future. Welcome to your equity.
Own your peace. Own your peace. Own your
We building wealth in a brand new way. From the concrete floor to the blockchain wave. Yeah. Brick by block, yeah, we rise today. ILCA and East State paved the way. Brick by block, tokenized dreams unlocked. Fraction by fraction, now every door gets knocked. Real estate redefine the future in our hands. ILCA taught the world how to shift their plans. Brick by block, yeah, the chain don't lie. Transparent truth in the gold blue sky. East State in the mix, making real wealth flow. Welcome to the future, everybody can grow. They said real estate only for the big money crowd, but blockchain flipped the script, now the people feel proud. Tokenized pieces of $1 million plays. Own your part too, just step into space. No paperwork piles, no middleman games. Just a wallet and a token with your name. Secure on a chain where the ledger stay true. Immutable receipts show everything you do. From trade firewalls to decentralized halls. Breaking limits, breaking ceilings, answering calls. Black rock to the block, the world waking fast. And ILCA, here to make the knowledge last. Brick by block, tokenized dreams unlocked. Fraction by fraction, now every door gets knocked. RWA, rising high, 15 trillion in sight. ILCA, shining like a beacon of light. Brick by block, yeah, the chain don't lie. Transparency glow in a gold blue sky. East State in the mix, making real wealth flow. Welcome to the future, everybody can grow. Real estate estate used to move with a slow heartbeat, but tokens make the value feel alive and complete. Cross-border transfers hit your wallet overnight. Clean e-wallet interface, keep your money right. E-estate partners bring decades of truth, and ILCA educate every woman and youth. Acquire your fraction, let the wealth take root. You ain't gotta be rich, just gotta reboot. Fractional freedom, liquidity like water, transparency rising border to border. The future is clearer than they ever believe. ILCA shows the keys, E-State shows the D's. Brick by block, tokenized dreams unlocked. Fraction by fraction, now every door gets knocked. Real estate for the people, watch the new world grow. ILCA and E-State, letting freedom flow. Brick by block, yeah, the chain don't lie. RWA rising while the old ways die. Tokenize the future, watch the whole world glow. This is ownership that everybody can know. Brick by block, chain by chain. Brick by block, the future is ours. ILCA remain. Brick by block, chain by chain. Brick by block, brick by block, brick by block, chain by chain. The future is ours.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, brick by block. I'm gonna need that song. I like that a lot. He was saying a whole lot in that song. Welcome, everyone, to our third day of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marty DaCasa, and I will be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand there are so many different things you could be doing with your time. My goodness, the nighttime is the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, that makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have the opportunity, you want to get here early because we are playing some jams. There are some feel-good music going on, and you definitely want to be a part of that. And you also want to be a part of our VIP. You got to be here on the Zoom side, you guys, because not only are we giving out wonderful information, education, and motivation to you, but on the backside, when the cameras on YouTube go off, we are able to ask questions. We are talking to each other about what we just learned. We're sharing the information and sharing the energy, and you absolutely want to be a part of that. So how can you be a part of that? All you got to do is go to membership.myilca.com. Again, that's membership.myilca.com. You could be right here on the Zoom call with all the cool kids and myself. And speaking of our cool kids, hello, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight? Everyone is looking wonderful, bringing that positive energy. Thank you so much. It is always good to see you. Now, you VIPs already know the routine. As you come on in, type your name and where you are from in that chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is on the call with us, and those on YouTube, I didn't forget about you. Type your name and where you are from also in the chat box. That way I can say hello to each and every one of you as well. And if you guys have the opportunity, please turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this is that we get a chance to see all your faces and see those wonderful smiles. All right, let me go ahead and start saying hello to everyone. First up, oh, excuse me. Somebody came prepared today. Papa Leonard, you showed up today, huh? I like that hat, baby. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for being here. I see you. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. And everybody, Papa Leonard is actually one of our partners. So if you want to get your hands on those courses for a wonderful price, if you want to join our memberships, all you have to do is go to pilca.education, pilca.education, and get with Papa Leonard, and he can point you in the right direction. Of course, we have the beautiful Miss Catherine Clement. Mwah, sweetheart. It is always good to see you. Miss Catherine Clement is doing big things in our community, so you want to keep your eye on her. Ma'am, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. A lot of people don't know how much she does behind the scenes, but I want to let you guys know Catherine is definitely doing some things. I see the beautiful Miss Patty Geis. Hey, Queen. She is here representing San Diego, California. It is always good to see that beautiful smile, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. I see CJ Jackson is stunting. CJ Jackson, he has his certification up there. That's what I'm talking about. Boom, 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 boom. Coming on in from Arizona, sir. Thank you so much for being here. And CJ Jackson is another one. You guys, please keep your eye on him. This man will be coming out with some wonderful things for ILCA more sooner than later. CJ, thank you for everything you got going on for us, sir. We appreciate you. I see Miss Carla Rigo's in the house. Hello, Queen. How are you? Hi, baby. She is representing St. Louis, Missouri. It is always good to see you, sweetheart. Carla Arrigo is another partner of ILCA. We are not playing. We're not just teaching you, but we're showing you how to become entrepreneurs. Miss Carla Arrigo is one of our partners. You can go to BeBestTheletterucan.com to get the courses at a wonderful discount, as well as join our memberships. Carla, thank you for everything you do for our community, baby. We see you. I see we have the lovely Miss Rita B is in the house. Hello, Queen. How are you? Miss Rita B is another one of our certified students. Excuse me. Miss Rita B is the first female certified student. I know that's right, baby girl. Thank you so much for always showing up and showing out for us. We absolutely see you. I see we also have Miss Samantha. Hey, girl. How are you? Let me tell you guys about Samantha. Okay, here we go. Another one. Not only is she a certified student, but Samantha has been bringing the information. There is something very special that her and our educator is putting together for the community babies that we absolutely need, that we have absolutely been asking for. And Miss Samantha is bringing that, and her and Miss Catherine will be actually bringing some other things to the table for us as well. Ladies, thank you for everything that you guys do. You are greatly appreciated. Mwah. We have my partner in crime. Her name is Miss Joyce Easley. That's my angel. Let me tell you something. If anybody knows how hard it is to work with me, it's our educator and Miss Joyce Easley. I want to tell Joyce, thank you for your time, your patience, and the love that you give me, our community, and our educator. We truly appreciate you, baby girl. Thank you for everything you got going on. I see we have Midge Woods is in the house. Hi, Midge. She's coming on in from Idaho. It is always good to see you, baby. Jacqueline Briggs is here. Miss Janelle is coming in from Colorado. Judy is coming in from Canada. We got Michael Aluka. Tammy Golly. Elton is here. Elton, I see you, baby. Anna Clark is here. She is represent. Hi, baby. There you are. It's so good to see you. And of course, the queen, Mrs. Cheryl Ivey, is back with us for another night of inspiration, motivation, and education. It is always good to see you, Queen. Thank you so much for being here. And I see you too, Amy. Okay, you guys, we're at the top of the hour. Oh my goodness, we're past it. Let's get our party started again. Thank each and every one of you for joining us on our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for today. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. Now, for over 8 years, he dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. But thank goodness he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with us and the masses. And this is done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. Whew. So without further ado, family, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Costa. She's saying all that. I'm looking around like, who's she talking about? Me, huh? Okay. Thank you for that introduction, and I got to give it back to you for all the hard work you're doing. In fact, for those of you who paid attention, she's been busy behind the scenes on our Telegram group. If you go to our ILCA resources under media and marketing, Ms. Costa has already put up a couple of how-to videos on how to access your ILCA courses, how to access your free ILCA courses. So all of you that have signed up just to register for the 5-day challenge, we give out free stuff. We're giving you a free ebook, Bitcoin for Beginners, and 10 free courses that is basically elementary style. I mean, I can't get no more elementary than that. So we're giving those away for free as well. And also how to access your members portal for all of our recordings. We actually have an app. So you guys can be able to get your education on the road from your phone. So those videos are there. So thank you, Ms. Costa, for uploading those for everybody. And everybody else, welcome, welcome. I have to give a special shout out to my mother, who's sitting here looking pretty and beautiful for everybody. She's wants to learn as well. So welcome, Mom, and everybody else. This is one of the hardest days because this is our third day, the third day in the week, and you guys are back. You survived our first 2 days. Our night one, we did something special. We talked about the river of money, which is my theme. It is my personal development theme, and really our theme for 2026. It'll be our theme for our March event here in California. I'm calling it the Financial Help is on the Way, understanding the river of money and understanding how to get yourself positioned no matter where you are in life financially yourself, from zero to you might already be financially secure. We've got some special guests that's going to be speaking at that event as well. Also, my father will be speaking at that event. So we're looking forward to that. And we'll be celebrating a couple of things. One, that's the Marnita's birthday month. And also, it is my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. Well, actually, it's in February for them, but we're going to be giving them a shout out in March at that event as well. 50 years marriage, half a century. Wow. All right, so let's get started tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about what is cryptocurrency. Last night, we talked about the blockchain, the technology that allows crypto to even work. But what is actually crypto? How does that work? Oh, no, 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 I can't share that news yet. I'm excited because I got some more news about one of the partnerships that ILCA has. I'll be doing live training for them. Well, I'd say this. I'll be doing live training for their community starting Wednesday, December 3rd. And I'll speak more about that to you Inner Circle members tomorrow morning. Give you guys some updates on that. So we just finalized that earlier today. And no, no, I'm not ready to share that other information yet. I let Miss Casa know, but something else is coming too. The next people have asked, especially since we weren't able to make it to the New Orleans event, what was go with Demond Crump's The Pinnacle. When is our next? When am I hitting the road again? Well, the next one that's on schedule is the weekend of January 31st. We'll be in Miami for the tokenized real estate event, and I'll talk more about that in the crypto talk tomorrow morning. So let's get into our lesson tonight for what is cryptocurrency, or more importantly, how do cryptocurrencies work? And if my screen, you cannot see it right, let me know. But I'm also watching on YouTube. Again, welcome our YouTube members that is here plugging in, especially if you've been here since day one, since Monday night. Welcome, welcome back. So how do cryptocurrencies even work? You know, when I first heard of crypto, it was 2010. And I was up late at night watching, I think it was E4 TV, which is like TV for nerds playing video games and technology. And they were interviewing this gamer, and he makes money playing professional gaming leagues around the world. And they were interviewing him in his home. and in his man cave, and it was nice, by the way. I wanted one of those. But he had his super rig computer he was showing off, and the interviewer guy was looking off to the corner, and there was like about four towers lined up, all on and humming, and he had neo lights coming out of them. And he said, "Well, if this is your beast rig, what are those over there?" He said, "Oh, those are my older rigs. He said, I don't throw out my equipment." He says, "Well, what are you using it for?" He says, "Oh, I'm mining Bitcoin." And the guy said, "You're mining Bitcoin? I heard of that." He says, "Yeah, I'm mining Bitcoin with those. I just converted my gaming rigs into Bitcoin miners." And that's the first time I ever heard of it. And I thought to myself, Bitcoin, that must be, monopoly money. That's nothing but, monopoly money used by nerds who live in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft all day. I didn't think anything of it. I heard about Bitcoin again 2012, and I didn't do anything about it. It came on my radar again 2014 for two reasons. One, we had a huge organization and the opportunity I was in Nigeria. And the problem we were having was trying to figure out how to pay their commissions and get them their money. If you understand international payments, especially into countries like Nigeria, is very, very difficult. And if somebody made $50, by the time we got them their money, it was only worth $15. And the CEO at the time said, "Yeah, we could use Bitcoin. It'd be instantaneous." And we all on the board was like, "Bitcoin? No, we're not using that fake stuff." And I said, "No." A partner of mine in my organization from Japan, well, she's from California. She's an expatriate, moved to Japan, opened up a restaurant called the Pink Cow in Tokyo, and she made national news because she was the first business to have a Bitcoin ATM machine in her restaurant in Tokyo. And I congratulated her about it on Facebook. Now, you know how Facebook memories work. Every year, that memory pops back up. 2014. Do you know what the price of Bitcoin was back then? It was like two, $300. 2014. Did I buy any? No. 2 years later, 2016, I started really paying attention and I bought my Bitcoin for the very first time. I bought three Bitcoin in September, October of 2016 on Coinbase for $640 each. December rolled around, and December's always my most difficult financial month. That's when most money I got to spend. I got two birthdays, Christmas, end of the year, all that stuff. So I was like, wait a minute, I need some extra money. Oh, I got this Bitcoin. And I sold all three of them because it went from $640 a coin to $870 a coin, December 2016. I sold my three Bitcoin. I made some extra money and I thought I was smart. I'm like, see, I don't even need to know this to make this. I just made money. I bought some Bitcoin and made some money off of it. 1 year later, December 2017, who remembers what the price of Bitcoin got to then? It reached a new all-time high. Type it in the chat box. Let's see who remembers their Bitcoin history. But 1 year later, December 17th, 2017, Judy was the first. It went from $1,000 at the beginning of 2017 to 20,000 by the end of 2017. And the rest is history. So, no, it is not monopoly money. But to understand this, we need to understand the evolution of money itself. In the very early days, people exchanged value via a barter system of trading goods, followed by the development of commodity like silver and gold coins, as they were easy to carry and divide and had a level of scarcity that provided value. With the rise of banking arose a debt-based system where we deposited gold with the bank and they issued us a piece of paper. This, a piece of paper that represents the gold that we had in the bank. Now, after all, it's much easier to carry around paper bills than it is a bag of gold. In 1971, President Nixon abolished the gold standard. ending the ability for people to redeem US dollars for gold at the Federal Reserve. So before that, you can actually take your paper money to the Federal Reserve and actually get your gold. But in 1971, no longer was that possible. And now the money changed from, if you look at your like your $100 bill, it used to say gold backed note or gold note on it. Now it says Federal Reserve note. What's that supposed to mean? Well, money that's backed by the government, not an asset, but the fact that we trust the government. And that came unto question in 2008. And this is what we call fiat currency. And these are commonplace around the world. And they are not backed by any tangible asset, only the promise from a government. Unfortunately, this led to currency manipulation and devaluation by governments to erode massive federal deficits at the expense of the consumer. Take a look at this video.
America's gold was supposed to back the dollar. Leaving the gold standard was the most costly mistake we ever made.
What was so bad about gold?
It kept them honest, but they wanted power. You know, kid, folks today think this is just how life's supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Back in my day, one job.
Low sound means I did not hit the share. Hold on. I don't know. I do this every time. Share screen again. There we go. Let's try that again.
Was supposed to back the dollar.
Thank you, Ms. Casa.
Leaving the gold standard was the most costly mistake we ever made.
What was so bad about gold?
Really? I still messed that up? Get it together, Brandon. Oh, wrong screen. My bad. There we go. There we go. Play.
It kept them honest, but they wanted power. You know, kid, folks today think this is just how life's supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Back in my day, one job could feed a family. My mother stayed home, father worked, and we ate together every night. Didn't realize how good we had it. After the World War, they promised gold-backed dollars, but they broke that promise. They printed paper backed by nothing, funded wars we couldn't afford and shouldn't have been involved in. But France caught on and sent a warship to get back their gold. Truth is, if more countries followed, our vaults would be empty and game over.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold.
Turns out, when you fake the money, everything else follows, and you screw the next generation over. And it snowballs, kid. Prices shot up, paychecks didn't, life got tougher, and nobody knew why. We tried raising our kids the old way, but we didn't have the time or the money.
So you outsourced parenting?
Yeah, I guess you could say we did. Government schools raised them, and the TV taught them bad morals. They learned debt, not savings, bought houses they couldn't afford, played video games, gambling, antidepressants, and crimes. Families fractured, divorce rates doubled, birth rates plummeted. Things got so bad, people started financing Chipotle.
Financing a burrito?
Yeah, it's getting bad. Obesity, people eating cheap slop instead of real food. We got softer, sicker, and lazier. A nation in decline. But it didn't happen overnight. When Nixon left the gold standard, we traded sound money for a lifetime of debt.
How will they ever pay it back?
I don't think they plan to. Both sides keep spending like there's no tomorrow and leaving the bill to your generation. We didn't get it right, but you've still got a chance. So, take the reins, kid. Hold your ground and don't give up on sound money.
Sound money. Now, what could that be? Bitcoin. There's a reason why. It's like the new digital gold. So say goodbye to the gold standard in 1971. I remember when I was trying to explain this to my brother for the very first time, And my brother said, well, money is real. This Bitcoin stuff is fake. It's not backed by anything. At least money's backed by gold. And I said, Devin, you were born in 1978. We were off the gold standard your entire life, 1971. But most people don't know this. The dollar has lost 90% of its purchasing power since the mid 20th century as a result of inflation. Is inflation getting better or is it getting worse? And today, you guys let me know. 90% of its purchasing power. $20 at the grocery store today is not even getting you $20 3 years ago or even last year. So to preserve and grow wealth, given that fiat loses its store of value over time, you see many financial advisors are talking about putting your money in assets like stock, gold, real estate, and etc., rather than holding cash. In fact, if you've read Robert Kiyosaki's book, he says that having a savings account is the worst thing to have because you're losing money every year instead of making money. The whole point of ILCA and our River of Money group is how to have that money work for you. It's important to understand that the US dollar is currently still the best transactional currency in the world. And why? Because we won World War II. And that's a whole nother lesson that I give. I talk about in our crypto talk about why the United States has been able to have world domination for the past 75 years. But because of this technology, that reign is being challenged now. The biggest threat to the United States and our dollar is an organization called BRICS. So you guys want to maybe look that up. What is BRICS and what is that all about? So for a long time, gold has been considered the ultimate store of value. Now, people are turning to cryptocurrencies as they are more secure, easier to store and transport, cheaper to use, and easier to subdivide than any asset known today. It is disrupting the international payments and transfers business by cutting out the exorbitant fees of banks, which is the middleman, the global remittance market, people working in one country and sending money back home to their families, as well as becoming the currency of the internet and fueling a new wave of global e-commerce. So here's the basic concept. Cryptocurrency is roughly the equivalent of using PayPal or a debit card, except the numbers on the screen represent cryptocurrency instead of a fiat currency like a dollar. So this is your first time. You're going to be doing what you're already doing anyway. Yeah, it's the same concept. All you really need to do is set up an account with a crypto exchange service like Coinbase, use your fiat money from your bank, and purchase crypto. To use cryptocurrency, you don't need to understand it any more than you need to understand the monetary system to use a credit card. However, if you want to understand cryptocurrency, you need to understand the concept of digital currency, the concept of blockchain, both a ledger of transactions and a technology, and the concept of cryptography. After all, cryptocurrency is a digital currency where transactions are recorded on a digital ledger called a blockchain that we covered last night, and every process along the way is secured by cryptography. So in simple terms, cryptocurrency works a lot like bank credit on a debit card. In both cases, a complex system that issues currency and records transactions and balances works behind the scenes to allow people to send and receive currency electronically. The main difference between cryptocurrency and bank credit is that instead of banks and governments issuing the currency and keeping the ledgers, an algorithm does. So is there interest in this? There is tremendous interest in the cryptocurrency space right now and equal parts confusion, uncertainty, and doubt. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, ICOs, smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs, and metaverse. What do these even mean? The natural response to these foreign concepts is usually skepticism and rejection. But beneath the jargon lies a powerful new technology revamping our financial system. So when people think about the term Bitcoin and crypto, this is not actually a financial revolution. This is a technological revolution. It's technology. Bitcoin started as an experiment in the depths of the global financial crisis of 2008, aiming to build a better financial system. Early on, cryptocurrencies, though, developed a seedy undertone as they were mainly black market trades, ransomware payments, money laundering, evasion. Cryptocurrency in the early days was also described as the most disruptive technology since the internet, as well as, even by President Trump his first time in office, as a fraud or a massive Ponzi scheme. Yeah, Trump said it's not real, it's illegal. The dollar is king. You guys remember him saying that? Whoa, what a difference 8 years makes. Because what is he saying now? The United States is going to be leading the world in this new technology. That's Donald Trump's words. And his family just made $3 billion over the last 9 months because of this space. Why? Who remembers what we talked about on night one? Their family is following the river of money. So, what is cryptocurrency? In the simplest terms, is your money digitized in simple terms. But cryptocurrency is a digital currency that doesn't rely on central banks or trusted third parties to verify transactions and create new currency units. Instead, it uses cryptography to confirm transactions on a publicly, not private, Bank of America private, JP Morgan private, Western Union, all that private. We're talking about a publicly distributed ledger called a blockchain. There are thousands of different cryptocurrencies in circulation, each with varying values. So you might hear two terms. You may hear Bitcoin, and then you're going to hear altcoin. Who can tell me in the chat box what is an altcoin? Bitcoin and altcoin. But there are thousands of different cryptocurrencies. Many people only hear of maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Tether. You're right, you guys are getting it. Those of you that are ILCA certified, especially know this is in the test. Any coin that's not Bitcoin, that's considered an altcoin. So the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was developed in 2009 by a programmer using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. In a 2008 white paper entitled A Peer-to-Peer Electronic Cash System, Nakamoto provides the first description of blockchain. Blockchain is the technology that enables cryptocurrency to work like government-issued fiat currencies without the involvement of any central bank or trusted third party. This shit is mandatory. You need to read that white paper. That is the foundation of the entire sphere of this. For those of you who don't like to read, it's only about nine pages long. I recorded myself reading it on YouTube. So just go to YouTube and type in Brandon Ivey Bitcoin white paper. Speaking of social media, I was driving with my son today, and my youngest son said, "Hey, do you know you're on Spotify?" I said, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, we have a Spotify account." He said, "No, you are on Spotify." So what do you mean? He said, "I was just messing around and typed your name in there, and my name popped up. All of these recordings. I think even Carla has a recording of me on Spotify from the old WCL days." I was like, "Wow, I didn't even know that." I was like, it was like from 2022, and there's other ones that was older. I was like, "Wow." He was like, "Yeah, I was surprised too. You're on there." I said, "Well, what do you think? Do you know who your dad is?" He thinks that Pop-Pop's famous. Yeah, but what about your dad? All right, anyways, the thing about Satoshi Nakamoto is nobody knows who that is. It's an anonymous person. Hey, what did we find in Inner Circle earlier this week? There's a theory. You guys remember what that theory, the latest theory of who Satoshi Nakamoto is? Type it in the chat box if you guys remember what that theory was. So transactions How do cryptocurrencies work? Transactions are sent between peers from cryptocurrency wallets by matching up public codes, which relate back to user-held private passwords, aka cryptographic keys. Yeah, that's right. Both of you are right. Spaced AI travelers from the future. That's the latest guess on who Satoshi is. Transactions made between peers are recorded on a public ledger of transactions called a blockchain. All users of a given cryptocurrency have access to the ledger if they choose to download a full node wallet, as opposed to holding their coins in a third-party wallet like Coinbase. The transaction amounts are public, but who sent the transaction is encrypted. Each transaction leads back to a digital cryptocurrency wallet. Whoever owns the password or key to the wallet owns the amount of cryptocurrency denoted on the ledger. This is why we say not your keys, not your coin. If you are having your crypto held in a custodial wallet, meaning controlled by somebody else, you may have access to the wallet, but they own the crypto because they can block you from having access to your crypto. Just like gold. I always had this problem with gold. People say, I own a whole lot of gold. Really? Where is it being stored? You're storing it in your home? You have your own vault? No, another party is. So actually, they have the gold. They're just giving you access to it. Now, gold has been here since the beginning of time, and there's a lot of insurance and a lot of, they just can't run off with your gold. But still, whoever has possession of it is the owner. So your private key is the actual possession of the crypto because that is what's pointing directly to your money on the blockchain, not the wallet you're on, the key. Just like I showed in Crypto Talk, our tokenized real estate. I showed you guys my tokenized real estate on the blockchain itself, the code. So that's what it means by your keys. And your private key is the most important. But when someone sends or receives cryptocurrency, when they send from one wallet to another wallet using a set of private and public passwords, that transaction is queued up to be added to the ledger. Many transactions are added to the ledger at once. These blocks of transactions are added sequentially. That is why the ledger and the technology behind it is called blockchain. It is a chain of blocks of transactions. So what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is digital money that is not issued or controlled by anyone. What makes a nation or a country a country? The government that's able to control that country. No, they have control of the currency. That's why every single country has their own currency controlled by the government and then the banks inside of those governments. Bitcoin, though, does not have a country. It does not have a bank. It does not have a government. It's a program that crosses all borders, and its value is universal, no matter what country you're in. So it is used to securely store and transfer any amount of value anywhere in the world. The internet didn't allow anyone to do that because the internet, you're able to share copies of something. That's why it's called the information superhighway. You're sharing information. The blockchain now allows you to transfer the information of ownership. It is used to buy goods and services, store wealth, or send value to anyone without the permission of a third party. Often regarded as digital gold, Bitcoin that is stored properly cannot be hacked, stolen, or seized. Key thing there. Bitcoin that is stored properly, which is why I have a whole session about security. Thus giving people full proprietorship, much like having a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Unlike physical gold, Bitcoin is cheaper, faster, and more efficient to store or send anywhere in the world. Physical gold, you're going to have to actually ship it if you want to move it somewhere. Even the French sent a warship to New York not too long ago to take their gold back. We just can't put it in the mail. Bitcoin is divisible to the eighth decimal place and is completely digital, allowing the transfer of any monetary value, opposed to government fiat currencies, which can be manipulated and devalued. And how does a government manipulate and devalue a currency? They can just print more of it. They could change interest rates. They can price gouge. In fact, today in America, 40% of all currency in circulation was printed during the COVID era. And if you just print more money, did they find new gold mines somewhere to back that up? No, they just printed more money. So that means the value of what you were already holding goes down because there's more of it out there, supply and demand. Bitcoin, on the other hand, there's a finite supply. There's only going to be 21 million ever. There are more millionaires and billionaires in the world today than there are Bitcoin, and every one of them can afford to buy one whole Bitcoin. So what happens if they're all fighting to get their hands on one Bitcoin? What happens to the price? It keeps going up until they're priced out. And sooner rather than later, they're starting to figure that out. That's why Bitcoin this year crossed a mind-blowing $100,000 a coin. For the longest time, it was a couple of $100. Then it got to 1,000. Then it got to 20,000. Then it dropped to 3,000. Then it just fluctuated in between, got up to, I think the first time I told my mom to buy Bitcoin, the price of it was $6,000 or $7,000 a coin. Now today, well, it's gone down. What is it at? What, 93,000, 94,000 since I looked last? That's 10x from 6, 7,000 to $95,000 a coin. Oh, it dropped below 90,000. Oh, yo, we didn't do crypto talk this morning. Yeah, I had to go fix my tire. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot to talk about tomorrow morning because we have a bet or a guess on how low can it go. Anybody remember the price I wanted to be at? Type it in the chat box. You're like, Brandon, you're excited about Bitcoin going down? Absolutely. I hope I hope it can drop $50,000 a coin. I make more money when the price goes down than I do going up. You're like, well, how's that possible? Education. When you're educated in the space, you know how to move. So I'm excited for the price going down, but I have a warning for you. With it going down like this and it shoots back up, you're now witnessing the last time that you will ever see Bitcoin under $100,000 a coin. See, back in the day, Bitcoin used to be worth the price of coffee. Then it was worth maybe a Friday night for my family at Wingstop. And then it's worth a car payment. Next thing you know, it's probably worth your monthly rent. Then it's worth the entire car. Soon it's going to be worth you trying to buy a house. And that will be the last time the average person will be in reach of owning one whole Bitcoin. If you own just a quarter of a Bitcoin and you're disciplined enough to be able to hold on to it and not spend it for whatever reason, you will be in the top 1% of all asset holders in the world in the next 5 years. Because Bitcoin will be worth $1 million a coin. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So how does it work? Well, the Bitcoin network is a peer-to-peer network that runs on a decentralized, distributed, self-clearing ledger called the blockchain. Units of currency that run on the Bitcoin network are called Bitcoins, which are used to store and transmit value among network participants. Unlike most currencies issued by central banks, which can be devalued and manipulated, Bitcoins are issued according to a fixed set of rules to create sound money that can't be manipulated by a central authority or a malicious actor. Users can buy or sell goods and services, send money to people or organizations, or even extend credit in a fast, secure, and borderless manner. The only prerequisite for access to these coins is an internet connection and a private key that forms a pair with public-facing keys to provide access to the coins stored on the Bitcoin network. Unauthorized access to someone's private key is similar to stealing gold from their vault. And what did we just hear about yesterday? Somebody from the MoveQuest community. I haven't seen any update on that yet, but lost 6 figures worth of crypto. 6 figures. That could be somebody's life savings. Now, I don't know how they got hacked or what led to it, but the fact that that was possible means when somebody comes to me and says, Brandon, I've got $50,000. What should I invest? What coin should I get? I say you need to get education first. And this happens all the time. They say, no, 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 Brandon, you don't understand. Yeah, I got all that. But where can I put my $50,000? What tokens? I say, no, you're not understanding me. Education first. Then you'll know. You won't have to ask me that question. Where should I put the money? You'll know what to do and where to do, how to diversify yourself. Like not having all of your crypto in one wallet. How many times do I run my mouth about a utility wallet? Over and over and over and over. Even for the MoveQuest community, I've been saying that. If you did that, even if you're hacked, they still can't get all of your crypto. Education is what's gonna save you on that. So, anyways, here. Let's see. Someone's stealing, yes, stealing from their vault. Bitcoin's core value proposition. One of the first things that people think about when they learn about Bitcoin is payments. Every financial transaction we make, either with Venmo or our banks, has at least one intermediary that sits in the middle and takes a little cut. What if we could transact with one another in a peer-to-peer way without needing permission? All we need is an internet connection, and we can send money to anyone without anyone's permission, in the same way that the internet allows us to send information. Philosophically, Bitcoin assures that the money you have earned is yours and enforces the idea that you can truly own your wealth. Payments and being a medium of exchange is an important part of Bitcoin's value proposition, but is not the only part. Bitcoin is a highly censorship resistant and permissionless store of value. No, if you read the Bitcoin white paper, it wasn't designed to be a store of value. It was designed to be used for day-to-day transactions. People can go to the store and buy milk and buy cookies and buy eggs and all that stuff. But the people decided to use it for something different. The people decided to use it as a store of value. And Satoshi actually talked about that before he disappeared. You know, it's created for one way, but the people started using it like digital gold. This is not illegal, rather, it is lawful to shield those assets from creditors, taxation, legal jurisdictions, or even corruption. What do I mean by that? Well, the wealthy. They hide their money from the government using Swiss bank accounts and all that to avoid different taxations, and it's not even illegal to do. But only a certain group of people know how to do it, not the average person. Bitcoin and other crypto assets fulfill this void, and many others to a much greater extent, as the first uncensorable and unseizable asset in history. You say, well, Brandon, wait, I hear on the news all the time about the government or somebody seizing somebody's crypto. There's a difference between having a custodial account and a non-custodial account. If you have your crypto assets on exchanges, on custodial accounts, that can be frozen, that can be seized. The government can't seize that. But if you have your crypto on a non-custodial account where you're the only one with the private keys, they can't seize it. There is always an exception to the rule, which we just learned about in Crypto Talk, that I did not even know that was possible. There are about 4 or 5 blockchains that, written in their code, they have the ability to freeze your wallet. Do you guys remember those block? We just covered that a few weeks ago. I did not even know that was possible. So we told in Crypto Talk which tokens to avoid if you're trying to hold your tokens long term. I got that list somewhere, but that's again, that's in our crypto talk. I didn't even know that was possible. Why you should own Bitcoin? No, don't. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. You could type that, Judy, because you guys already know. You guys are in the inner circle. Don't put that on the YouTube. They got to be in the inner circle to get this information. So why you should own Bitcoin? Well, you may want to own some Bitcoin for the same reasons why you should invest in anything, to maintain or increase your standard of living over time. This is especially important in the face of inflationary pressures and the fact that fiat currencies are a terrible store of value. If you have $100 in your savings account today and you don't touch it for a year, is that $100 still worth the same $100 a year from now? No, it's actually less. Because you go to the store to buy something with that same $100, you're not getting the same thing. I saw a woman on social media complaining about coffee. Some big jug of coffee a year ago was $12. She went to the store to get it today. It was $20.50 for the same amount. And then they do something else called shrinkflation. They may not change the price, but all of a sudden, that bag of chips that used to be filled up, now you fill it and all this air in between and it's half. They're only filling up with less product, tricking you that way. It's called shrinkflation. So owning Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency is a choice. That is why we're here to educate you so you can make an informed decision. Everyone should build a diversified portfolio to secure their financial futures and enable them to achieve what they want most in life. Crypto assets could play an important role in that, as many believe, Bitcoin and blockchain based assets are one of the greatest technological innovations and will represent the greatest, let me say this slowly, the greatest wealth creation event of our time. Are you going to be an observer, a witness, or a participant? That part is a choice. And I stole something from each and every single one of you. I stole ignorance because you can't say, I didn't know. You can't tell your descendants you didn't know about it because they're going to be able to see your social media history and they're going to be able to see you ignoring all of this or even talking down about it. Like, what were you doing when Bitcoin was worth less than $100,000 a coin? So I stole that from you, but it's up to you to make the decision. In 2009, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny to the US dollar. Today, Bitcoin is worth, what did you guys say? It was $89,000 a coin? This is the best performing asset of the past decade, period. Nothing comes close. Who knows what the second best performing asset is? Type it in the chat box if you know. It may be that time that you make the choice. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. No, it's not real estate. It's Berkshire Hathaway. And who runs Berkshire Hathaway? What billionaire used to be one of the richest, used to be the richest man in the world, but he's one of them. I think he's in the top. He may not even be in the top 5 anymore. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, who's against Bitcoin and crypto, but has invested billions of dollars in crypto. Go figure. He knows following the river of money. All right, so that is the end of our day 3 of our 5-day challenge. How do cryptocurrencies work? We will be back tomorrow night. We're going to be covering wallets and how to buy Bitcoin and crypto for the first time. And we're going to be having a testimonial from one of our ILCA certified members, Mr. CJ Jackson. CJ Jackson from the Jackson 5. No, he's not from the Jackson 5. He's our cousin. So CJ Jackson. And for those of you who get here early, I'm going to be playing his music. So you guys can hear that. I always open up the Zoom 20 minutes early. So we'll be hearing from CJ tomorrow night. Those of you on YouTube, thank you for being here with us for our third night. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop and turn off the YouTube link so that we can do Q&A with our VIP members, but we invite you to be a part of our VIP family with the cool kids over here. Get back to the person who invited you. They will give you the information on how to register to be a VIP member, and go back to your email that you receive once you register for the 5-day challenge. There's instructions in there as well, how to be on the VIP side. I've had some people that they were 2 or 3 months attending our 5-day challenge on the YouTube side before they decided to be a VIP member with us on this side. So take your time whenever you're ready. We have safe waters here. So